The Biden administration is ruling out the mandatory requirement for a negative COVID test for domestic flights. This also comes after the administration confirmed that those who have had the full course of their COVID vaccine will not need to isolate or quarantine upon arrival to the US. In this video, we discuss the rolling back of the policy for domestic flight COVID testing, as well as the news that vaccinated tourists need not quarantine to enter the USA. But first, we want to thank you for joining us. Find us on all the other social media channels, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel, and click that bell to get notified when we release a new video. We also appreciate your likes and comments below, as it helps to support our channel. This video is brought to you by IAM. We believe that travel improves and inspires you and the people around you. We help you travel by providing services which overcome barriers and frameworks that simplify and enrich your experience. We just happen to be immigration lawyers. So reach out to your IAM visa coordinator when you're ready for your adventure, or already on one, and would like some assistance. The United States has ruled out the idea to implement COVID-19 testing for domestic flights. The Biden administration announced on the 12th of February that the Center for Disease Control does not recommend the testing, and science doesn't support the measure. The announcement comes as welcome news to the millions of Americans that are expected to travel within the country over spring break. At this time, Center for Disease Control is not recommending required point of departure testing for domestic travel, according to a CDC statement. As part of our close monitoring of the pandemic, in particular the continued spread of variants, we will continue to review public health options for containing and mitigating the spread of COVID-19 in the travel space. After reports were made that the Biden administration is considering the possibility of pre-flight testing requirements for domestic travel, airline executives voiced their frustration. While many believe domestic testing could help detect cases of COVID-19 and prevent further spreading, the rule was met with concern by the U.S. Travel Association. It called the idea impractical and expressed fears that it could divert public health resources away from areas where they may be better served. The airline industry has been financially crippled by the pandemic and is wary of new travel restrictions that could cause further difficulties. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention recently announced the implementation of COVID-19 testing requirements for all international arrivals by air to the United States. The new testing requirements are mandatory upon all travelers over the age of 2 arriving in the United States on international flights, including U.S. citizens and residents. This also applies to travelers on private jets and chartered flights. U.S. cases of COVID-19 and hospitalization rates have fallen significantly over the last month, and the vaccination rollouts continue to speed up. While the United States is showing signs of progress in dealing with COVID-19, more contagious variants of the disease threaten to further draw out the pandemic. According to Dr. Anthony Fauci, the variant found originally in the United Kingdom could become the dominant strain in the United States by the end of March. Although the numbers continue a downward trajectory, experts say now is not the time for the people to let down their guard. People who have received the full course of COVID-19 vaccines can skip the standard 14-day quarantine after exposure to someone with the infection as long as they remain asymptomatic, U.S. public health officials advised. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention said on the 10th of February, the vaccines have been shown to prevent symptomatic COVID-19, thought to play a greater role in the transmission of the virus than an asymptomatic disease. The CEC recommends vaccinated people still wear masks, practice social distancing, and avoid poorly ventilated spaces and crowds. That is because there is still limited information on whether the vaccine can prevent transmission and how long it confers protection against the virus. As more study data on the transmission is released, and as more people are vaccinated, these recommendations could change. With the progress of vaccination across the globe, hopefully, this is a sign that the Biden administration will recognize vaccine passport and partially lift the COVID-19 travel ban to allow vaccinated tourists to enter the country. Do you agree with unrestricted domestic air travel? Do you think the Biden administration will support vaccine passport? Talk to us in the comments section below. If you need assistance with a visa to Europe, the UK, or the US, including help with securing your travel arrangements, IAM can help. For visa advice, contact your IAM visa coordinator. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for more travel and visa updates.